Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're heading to Southern California's vast inland empire to explore the incredible story of San Bernardino County, the largest county by area in the entire United States. Covering more than 20,000 square miles, this county stretches from bustling suburbs and mountain resorts all the way to lonely stretches of the Mojave Desert. It's a region rich in history, from native tribes to Spanish missions, Mormon pioneers, Route 66 travelers, and modern logistics hubs that help power the country's economy. Let's dive in. Long before any Europeans arrived, what is now San Bernardino County was home to native peoples for thousands of years. Tribes like the Serrano, Cahuilla, Chemehuevi, and Mojave lived across these valleys, mountains, and deserts. They managed the land with sophisticated knowledge of plants, water, and wildlife, building villages along rivers and oasis springs. Their trails crisscross the region, later becoming the paths for explorers, settlers, and highways. The first Europeans came through in the late 1700s, when Spanish explorers, soldiers, and missionaries were expanding north from Mexico. The area was part of the vast territory of Alta California under Spanish rule. In 1810, a group of Spanish missionaries from Mission San Gabriel Archangel established a rancho and chapel in the valley, naming it San Bernardino after Saint Bernardino of Siena. This outpost grazed cattle and served as a stopping point for travelers heading east. When Mexico gained independence from Spain in 1821, California became Mexican territory. The missions were secularized in the 1830s, and lands across what's now San Bernardino County were divided into large ranchos. Rancho San Bernardino, granted in 1842 to the Lugo family, covered much of today's San Bernardino Valley. Meanwhile, the Mojave Desert remained largely the domain of native peoples and trade caravans heading between New Mexico and California. That changed after the Mexican-American War, which ended in 1848 with the Treaty of Guadalupe Hidalgo. California was ceded to the United States, and by 1850, it became a state. In 1851, a group of about 500 Mormon settlers, led by Captain David Seeley and others, traveled from Utah and purchased Rancho San Bernardino. They laid out streets, dug irrigation ditches, and established a community that grew into the city of San Bernardino. Their grid of wide streets still shapes the heart of downtown today. The Mormon influence remained strong until the 1857 recall to Utah by Brigham Young, but many stayed behind, continuing to build the town. San Bernardino County itself was officially created in 1853, carved out of Los Angeles County. At first, it stretched even farther, including what would later become Riverside County. The new county's early economy relied on cattle, farming, and serving travelers. It sat at a crossroads of trails heading to Arizona and Utah, and eventually became a key link on the historic Mojave Road, connecting Southern California to points east. The late 1800s brought the railroads, forever changing San Bernardino County. The Southern Pacific and later the Santa Fe Railroad turned San Bernardino into a major rail hub. Towns like Barstow and Needles sprang up along these lines, serving miners, ranchers, and travelers crossing the desert. Meanwhile, citrus groves began to spread across the valleys. Redlands and Highland became famous for their oranges, shipping bright crates across the country. Wealthy Easterners built grand winter homes here, drawn by the healthy climate and lush groves. The San Bernardino Mountains also became a destination. Resorts sprang up around Lake Arrowhead and Big Bear Lake, offering cool retreats from the summer heat. Logging and later winter sports helped sustain these communities. Then came the Mother Road, Route 66. Established in 1926, the iconic highway passed right through San Bernardino County on its way from Chicago to Los Angeles. Towns like Victorville, Barstow, and San Bernardino thrived on the steady stream of travelers stopping at diners, motels, and gas stations. Even today, Route 66 is a nostalgic draw, with old neon signs and roadside attractions paying tribute to its glory days. World War II brought massive changes. The military established major bases in the county, including Norton Air Force Base in San Bernardino and George Air Force Base near Victorville. Thousands of service members trained here, and after the war, many stayed, fueling a huge post-war housing boom. By the 1950s and 60s, the Inland Empire was rapidly suburbanizing. Affordable homes, new freeways like I-10 and I-15, and sprawling shopping centers drew families looking for space outside crowded Los Angeles. At the same time, logistics and warehousing became major industries. San Bernardino County's location, with major rail lines, freeways, and proximity to the ports of Los Angeles and Long Beach, made it ideal for massive distribution centers. Today, it's one of the busiest goods movement hubs in the nation. But San Bernardino County is also defined by its dramatic natural landscapes. It includes the highest peak in Southern California, San Gorgonio Mountain, rising over 11,500 feet, and some of the lowest, hottest parts of the Mojave Desert. Places like Joshua Tree National Park, which spills into the county, draw millions of visitors for hiking, climbing, and stargazing. The stark beauty of places like Amboy Crater, Kelso Dunes, and historic mining towns like Calico show off the county's wild side. The county's communities are just as diverse. You'll find vibrant Latino neighborhoods in San Bernardino and Rialto, historic citrus mansions in Redlands, high desert artist enclaves around Joshua Tree, and Route 66 nostalgia in Victorville and Barstow. It's a place where old mining camps sit alongside sprawling suburbs, where snowboarders hit Big Bear slopes in the morning and dirt bikers ride desert trails by afternoon. Today, San Bernardino County is home to over 2 million people, with a rich mix of cultures and a blend of old and new. It faces challenges like balancing rapid growth with preserving open space, dealing with water demands, and improving economic opportunities. But it's also a region with deep roots and a strong spirit of reinvention. So from the trails of the Serrano to Spanish ranchos, Mormon pioneers to railroad barons, citrus kings to Route 66 road trippers, San Bernardino County's history is a story of diversity, grit, and constant transformation under the California sun. Thanks for watching, everyone. If you enjoyed this look at the history of San Bernardino County, give it a like, subscribe for more stories from California and beyond, and drop a comment telling us your favorite spot in the county, whether it's hiking in the San Bernardinos, exploring Route 66, or catching a sunset in the high desert. We'll see you in the